Wisdomteethinger, lend me your ear. Dr. D Nice and FOUNT is here for the day. Want wisdom?
We got you.
Wellness?
We got you.
Ears?
You got two.
Bones? It's got 3. Chambers? 4. In your heart for doing right? 5. Keys? Your bones all tight? FOUNT. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right and your body tight. Hi everyone, how are you all doing today? How are you doing today? I was trying something different with our sound, but I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to have my little headset here. I know it's like a little tiny, but I was trying to see if I could hear it, but I couldn't. I don't know what's going on. Whatever. We'll keep working on it. I'll keep working on it. Anyhow, today, you know what? Maybe I could try. I'm not even gonna worry about it. Today, we've got a lot that we're talking about today. We're gonna talk about having a tough conversation. Sometimes you got to say stuff to people and, you know, it's good. It's like they call it a courageous conversation when you have to say something that may not like land right with the person, but you have to say it. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to, of course, go through the Instagram reels. We are going to talk about some of the deaths we've been having. It's Christmas. We just had Christmas. And we've had some young people die, and we're going to talk about how to deal with that. And we are also going to talk about the conversation that Kim Kardashian recently had with Angie Martinez. And, you know, I know plus or minus, sometimes the Kardashians really stimulate some emotions in all of us, be it good or bad. She did talk about something interesting though. She addressed when she told everybody that nobody wants to work anymore, got to get back to work. And we're going to talk about that. It's another segment that I added to the show. I've been trying to play around with some things and I'm pretty disappointed that I can't get this thing to do what I want it to do. I've got, let me see. Lord. Oh, listen. I have these different things that I'm trying to see how it works, and it's not.
Yes.
Did y'all hear that?
Yes.
Yes. But I can't get my headphones to work so I can hear it. I'm gonna play around with it just a second. Don't leave me. Let me know where you're watching from as I try to figure out how to get this thing to. Okay, so I can't hear it here. Let me see. Oh, Lord. See, the problem is, whatever. Let's just get into it. I'm done with it. Let's just get into our subject of the day, and I'll work on figuring it out later. So, as I said, let me get our thing up here. Don't forget to like the video, get those likes up while we're here. Welcome back to another episode of Talking Truth to Teen Issues. Wonderful. Glad to have you. And get DM for the youth them. Today, we're going to talk about how to have a tough conversation. Sometimes you have to say harsh things to people. And, you know, it's not like you want to be harsh. It's like you have to give criticism. You have to tell them something that may not land well. But it needs to be said. And today, we're going to learn how to do that. And there are 3 parts to it. Number 1, the number 1 thing when you have to give a conversation that you know may not land well with a person is ask yourself am I the right person for this message? And listen, there's some things that my best friend can say to me, and I have about 1 million best friends. I have my best friends from elementary school, I have my best friends from high school, Karen and Andrea. We've talked about our best friends from college. I've got 1 billion best friends from different phases of my life, but that's not the point. There's a lot of things my best friends can say to me that my husband can't say, my kids can't say, people at work can't say. And sometimes you need to ask yourself, are you the right person to give that specific message? And I'm sorry, I have some notes here. And have you ever given messages to somebody, said something to somebody, you're like, maybe this would have sounded better coming from like the teacher. You're not their instructor. You're trying to criticize them, or not criticize, but help them be better at doing math or writing better or something. And you may not be the right person to give that exact message. And it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to ask yourself, am I the right messenger? If the answer comes back no, stop yourself and perhaps get somebody else to share that information, or find a different way, or maybe it just doesn't need to be said. So, number 1, ask yourself, am I the right messenger? I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. It's not coming. All right. Number 2. The number 2 thing you can ask yourself is, do I have the right message? And have you ever heard that this thing that says, think before you speak, and each of the letters stand for something specific? The T is for true, the H is for helpful, the I is for inspiring, the N is for necessary, and for the K is for kind. I really feel like I'm going to sneeze. I hope it comes out sometime soon. And it's just really asking you to stop for a minute before you say what you need to say. And the same thing about the message. Stop for a minute, ask yourself, is this the right message? There's a whole lot of different things out there disguised as the truth. And you want to make sure that you have the truth before you confront somebody with information. For example, the other day, Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion, they had this legal battle, and everybody's for and against, and people are just making up assumptions, not even knowing the details of the case. And of course, we know Tory Lanez was found guilty. But understand, sometimes your message is wrong. And make sure that the message that you have is true, first of all. And honestly, sometimes the message is just half truth. It's not the full truth. Make sure that you're going with the correct information when you're going to have a courageous conversation. You don't want to get in there and they're like, well, I wasn't the one that stole the candy jar, right? You get in there and you're like, oh, that wasn't me that took your sneakers. No, wrong message. Then you don't look credible anymore. It's already going to be an uncomfortable conversation, and then you're going there with half truth, half information, misinformation, all that. Ask, is your message true? And of course, the THINK acronym actually can go for across the board from the whole entire conversation. I'll go over it again too. And number three, is this the right time? So far we've done, is it the right person? Are you the right person to give the message? Or is this the right message that you have? And the third, is this the right time? Somebody just finished working. They just finished working out. Boyfriend just broke up with them. Girlfriend just broke up with them. They're really in a heightened state of emotion and just upset or something. That may not be the time to come at them and say, and let's see, I'm trying to think of, like, this may not be the time where you come at them about, well, were you trying to talk to my friend behind my back about me? You know what I'm saying? That may not be the right time, because they are going to pop off on you, So the right time is so important. There's a Bible verse I read before this week, and it said, to don't yell a message yelled at dawn, shouted loud at dawn is not a blessing. And of course, I'm paraphrasing it, but you know what? I'm gonna grab it for y'all. All right, might as well just read it straight from you, since we're talking about right messages. I didn't think I was gonna read it to you all, but I'm gonna find it here, and we can use it. Where is that? I'm sorry, guys. Where is it? See, anytime you're trying to find stuff, we're live. I know we're live, and you see, anytime you're trying to find something to show people is the time. Oh, here it is. It's right there. If a man loudly blesses his neighbor early in the morning, it will be taken as a curse. That's exactly it. So that was Proverbs 27, verse 14. If a man loudly blesses his neighbor early in the morning, it will be taken as a curse, right? Let's give that one a yes. If a man, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. And the reason for that, the timing is wrong. Doesn't matter what you have to say. First thing in the morning, you just got up, and you're loud with it too? No, that's just not going to go over well. Look at the timing when you're about to give a message. And I'm going to go over that acronym again. Think. THINK. True. Is a message help? Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And is it kind? If you have something that's going to be uncomfortable for somebody to take, really just go through those questions and ask yourselves. Sometimes it is necessary and you just go forth and you have to say what you need to say. A tip that somebody shared with me is say it gently. Just speak it, say it gently, and leave it. You don't have to go back and well, you know, I didn't really mean it that way. And you know, this is where I was coming from. No. You say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Say what you need to say it with your chest, but say it gently. Say it like you mean it. And leave it alone and let the person's subconscious brew on it on their own. You understand what I'm saying? That's the message at the end. We'll make sure that you're the right person to say the message. Make sure that this is the correct message. Make sure it's the right time. And then you can say it with your chest. Put it out there and let their subconscious deal with it. Put it out there gently and let their subconscious deal with it. All right. Let me know in the comment section, have you ever had to have a courageous conversation with somebody? What was it about? While you're here, like the video. Make sure you like the video. And I have this new mouse. It seems like everything is just, ugh. But I'm gonna pull it. We're okay. We're good. We're good. Like the video and make sure you subscribe. Got to subscribe and turn on your notifications. We're here every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Have you seen our subscriber count? We're at 252, I think this morning it said. We're getting up there. Help us get to 1,000. You're here. Make sure you like the video. Make sure everybody knows that we're here every single Wednesday. I'll talk about whatever subjects that you want me to talk about. And in addition to the subjects that I feel that is going to really be important for you as you grow, things that you need to know, okay? All right, let me shut off this subscribe thing. Okay. Living in FOUNT. Today, we are actually going to be talking about the O in FOUNT. The O in FOUNT is for optimistic. And as you know, FOUNT is the 5 keys to wellness and wisdom to help unlock your best. And the part of optimism that we're going to talk about is connect with love. As you know, each of the letters in FOUNT stands for a specific key in wellness, and each key has three sections underneath it. And the section for the O that we're going to talk about is connect with love. And you may be like, what does that have to do with wellness, Dr. D. Nice? A whole lot to do with wellness. Connecting with people around you. Loneliness is a huge reason why a lot of people are sick and unhappy. And connecting with other people, connecting with love, connecting with other human beings is just going to be an important way to stay well. Get out there, speak to your neighbor, speak to the people in your classroom, speak to the person that you're at the grocery store with that you see all the time, the person that you ride the school bus with, you sit beside, speak to them, talk to people, really understand what's going on with other human beings and learn to connect, because connecting with love, connecting with other people, finding that person that your heart connects with, is just going to be good for you. And you won't be able to find different people that your heart connects with unless you talk to people, a bunch of people. Because not every, as we talked about it before last week. Not everybody is going to be a person that is going to be your bestie, your friend. And if you don't talk to a lot of people, you won't be able to find your bestie, your friend. Connect with love. That's our FOUNT lesson for the day. Time for social butterfly training. And, you know, this is the part where we really dig into Instagram and see what our people at Instagram have to say about the world around us. And I have to start off with this one. This one just had me. It had me. And this man is like floating around a little saucer in the middle of his living room. This is like, where does one get it? It's either the saucer is super big or he is super tiny, whichever one. Oh, this is, I'm still wondering how does, okay, so we see him stopping. I want to see the next part. Does he fall on his face? Does he like step his foot forward? How does it work after this? I want to know what happens next. How does it work after this? Can you all ice skate? Have you all ever ice skate? Let me know. Okay. Oh, you know, I always like to see these jumping things. It's so cool to me. I would trip and kill myself. I would. And I always appreciate seeing it. Right? That's kind of cool. Okay. This one is a little, I have to show it though. I had to show it. This cat. It's a coyote. Coyote is trying to attack this cat. Go, kitty, run, get him. Don't let him get you. Don't let him get you, kitty. Don't. There. It's traumatizing. I know it is, but oh, go. Yes. He made it up the pole. Did y'all see that? He made it up the pole. And I mean, listen, I know it's not easy to watch. Life is sometimes hard. These are animals that are outside. It's wild animal. The coyotes got to eat sometimes. The kitty gets away. Thank you, Jesus. But that's scary. That's scary. Okay, this is scary. Boom. No. And that's him. We're glad he's okay. Super glad he's okay. You know, you out there doing this. When they're doing the stunts, they know that there is possibility of getting hurt. And I'm glad he's okay, though. Oh, this is so cool. You have to see this. So this guy Do you all see? He changed his knee. Do you see the process? So he's over there spraying his knee. And let me see. Where how can I point? Oh, I can't. Y'all can't see it. Maybe I've had a pointer thing. But he's over there painted his knee, and he's basically turned his body into this picture. Look at this. Oh no. I don't want to show some other ones. He has other ones that he does. This one, he turned his nose into an alien. He turned himself. He used a kitty. He used a kitty to form the Addams Family mom. What's her name? I think that's Catherine Zeta-Jones, but he used this kitty to form her dress. And he turned his small toe, second toe rather, into the rock. That's so cool. And this is the scene from the Titanic. That is ridiculous. The cat is Batman. The cat's eyes. Oh no, this is super creative. Toothpaste, and a toothbrush to form the scene from the Alien. And then he's Keanu Reeves. He has the cat again as his clothing. This cat is the co-star. The cat is the co-star. Let's just be honest. The cat is the real. Is the cat the co-star or the real star of this? Whichever one. And then, all right, there was a snow blast the other day. This is from Seattle. All the hills were just all slippery. Cars were just slipping and sliding down. Poor thing. He thought he made it, and then the car starts moving again. Wait for it. No. See that? Oh no. Ice is no joke. Oh, this one I thought was super cool. This is how they're catching the goldfish. They're just corralling them down to the corner. It's kind of the overhead view, looking cool. Look at them fishies. Uh-oh. Wonder what they're gonna do with them afterwards. Oh, this one, another animal. So these horses, they having the trim, that's why they had to put horseshoes, apparently domestic. So I was reading the comment section trying to figure out what was going on. The horse, if they don't shave the horse's nails, it will just grow like that. So people were asking, how about horses in the wild? They're not having anybody chop off their nails. But what happens is when they're in the wild, apparently as they're galloping and running through the rough things, their nails automatically trim themselves. In addition to that, I feel like the type of species that are more wild horses, their hooves won't grow like that. Seems pretty interesting. I don't know. And this one, it's just walking paper horses. I want one of y'all to make some, try it, send me a picture. Go back and watch the video. And this is people just can do some cool stuff with their bodies. I would just break my neck. Look at this. Can you all rollerblade? I can rollerblade. Can balance on a rollerblade and roll down the street, but I'm not jumping off no ramp that's pretty much vertical. It's crazy. All right. That's it. That's what we got for today for our social butterfly training. Which one of those videos were your favorite? Let me know. It was a slow week on Instagram. I'm not gonna lie. Most of us were, we were Christmasing. How was your Christmas? Did you get the gift that you wanted? Let me know how your Christmas was. All right. And before we get into our teen archetype, I do want to just remind us about our entrepreneurial section where Genius Lab, which is a company that is a company that focuses on exposing youth to careers in business and technology and really teaching entrepreneurship and computer coding skills. And of course, you can go to Genius Lab, and there I do have their website link in the information section of the video. But this is a tip that I talked about initially, and I figure, I will go ahead, it's worth repeating, that if you're going to set up a business, you need to really think about your COGS, your cost of goods sold. Before you set up the price, you need to know this, the COGS, the cost of goods sold. Your cost of goods sold, or COGS, are the costs that you make the cost really to make whatever you are selling. It includes the material that it's going to cost, the labor, everything involved in making this specific good that you plan to sell. You need to know what that cost is going to be. It will help you set an appropriate sales price for your final product or your service. And you think of the cost of your material and the cost of your time and the cost to hire somebody to make the product or the service, and you add all the cost of the materials and the labor and the cost, that will give you the cost of goods sold. Put it all together, and knowing your COGS will help you really to determine your potential profit. And I'm assuming if you're going into business, you want to make some sort of profit. So you need to know basically how much money you put up front, so that you can know how to price it to see how much money you make on the other end. And that's for you young people or anyone that's thinking about going into entrepreneurship. Think about your cost of goods sold as you're setting up your business. Thank you, Genius Lab, for this tip. Once again, you can reach their information in the description section of the video. And don't forget, Tydai, he does our thumbnail for us. He does an amazing job. So appreciate everything he does for us. And follow him on Instagram. His Instagram handle is in the description section of the video also. He really just does a great job. We're really appreciative of all the things he does for us here at Wisdomteethinger. And that being said, teen archetype. Today's teen archetype. Y'all ready for our teen archetype? Are you ready for our teen archetype? Are you ready for our teen archetype? Are you ready? And so let's see. I want to. Can you all hear that? So here's the thing, what I'm trying to work out since we have a little time. I have the sound, like where I could make sounds. But the thing is, I can't hear it if I put my headphones in. And if I put it on a different, it does this, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep playing with it and see what happens. Let's see, what's this one? I don't know. Let's see. I just don't. Whatever. I have no idea. I'm gonna keep playing with it. The more I play with it, I guess I will be able to figure it out. Maybe I should stick my headphones. Let's see. I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. I see nobody here. Where is mine? I'm trying to look and figure out where I could stick my headphones so I can hear the sound when I do it. Whatever. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out another time. I won't waste y'all time. Okay, teen archetype. Our teen archetype today is the comparer. The comparer is the person that always, instead of reaching for their own personal best, they prefer to reach for other person's personal best. For whatever reason, they think they are not good enough. If this person does it, well, what about them? What about them? Are they doing it too? They're always asking, what about this person? Well, this person That person didn't do their homework either. Well, why are you worried about them? Think about yourself. What did you do? You were supposed to do your homework. Why do you have to spend time comparing what somebody else do as if that equals the playing field? No, you have your own personal responsibility to take care of you. If you sit there comparing what everyone else overachieves or underachieves, then you will never spend any time really focusing and honing in on your responsibility. What are you supposed to be doing with yourself in your life? What are the possibilities that you can do? Okay, fine. They didn't turn in their homework. But does that mean that you don't have to turn in your homework? Okay, fine. The teacher allowed them to sit in the front. Okay, you have a seat in the class. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Do your thing, work with where you are. And when you start comparing, you're just totally dissatisfied with your own life, and you won't be able to find the true happiness. And, like I said, most of all, us are looking for happiness, and comparison, it steals your joy. Don't worry about it. Reach for your own personal best, and don't worry about what other people are doing. All right, that's the comparer. And our last section today is, this one is it's not a fun subject. It really isn't. And it's something that we have to talk about. It's something that we have to talk about. And let me just pull up here. And just this week, okay, let's just start with, let's start with our intro. Dealing with death is not easy. And just this week, we had quite a few young people that died. We had this young woman here who was coming home from work during the blizzard and got trapped in her car during the blizzard. She's 22 years old, coming home from work, and got trapped in her car during the recent blizzard. And then we have this young man here, 31. You may be like, 31 is not young. It's young. Dr. D Nice is 51, and this is a young man. Bob Marley's grandson dies at 31. He dies of what people thought it was like, saying was an asthma attack that occurred when he died. He was found in his vehicle also. So both of these people passed away in their vehicle. And let's talk about it, because it really reminded me of what back when I was in high school. We had just graduated from high school, and this guy, let's just call him Charles. We'll just call him Charles. That's not his real name. But Charles, he was going to school. I think he had gone in, was it University of Florida? I think it was University of Florida. He'd gotten University of Florida. I don't think he was at Florida A&M with us. No, he wasn't. And we literally just graduated a few months before. And he was driving home on break. And once again, I'm sorry, I graduated school in 1988. I cannot remember what break he was on, but he was driving back home down to the bottom, Fort Lauderdale, where all of us were from. And he was driving back home, fell asleep at the wheel, and he died. This was a young guy, 18 years old, just finished high school. We all were at grad night at Disney World, just a few months, just having a great time together. And now he was gone. His family, friends, everybody had lost this young 18-year-old. And you think that young people should just never die. Young people should never die. And let's talk about it. Understand that death can happen to anyone. And wisdom understands that even young people can die, just like old people. We typically expect a person to die when they're older. Yeah, but bad people die. I know that they say only the good die young, which I don't know who wrote that song. There's a whole lot of issues with that. But regardless of the fact, we don't even talk about that. But good people, bad people, every human being at some point is going to pass away, is going to die. And wisdom also understands that the reason so many of us are not able to really face it well, there are multiple reasons. Of course, you're going to miss them. Death is pretty final. And sometimes it's just because it's a subject that is so uncomfortable for so many of us. And it's said that people with religious connections tend to deal with death actually better because it usually comes up. You know, in your church, some churches believe in the resurrection and Jesus is coming again. When you die, you lay in the grave. It's like a form of sleep, and you wait till the Lord comes. You wait till the Lord comes. I felt like I was going to sneeze, but forgive me. And then he comes and he raises you up from the dead again. Different churches religious organizations deal with death differently, but they deal with it. They talk about it. And what happens is a lot of people who aren't really connected with any sort of religious organization, it never comes up. It comes up when somebody dies. And that time is so emotional already, you just don't have the capacity to really process the whole concept, the large concept of death, along with your grief. And so I would say, it's like I said, it may sound morbid, but it's okay to talk about death. Of course, sometimes it may make people hypersensitive. Like, is this person trying to kill somebody or kill me or kill themselves if they're bringing this up as a subject? I don't know. But if you have close friends, maybe you all could sit down and really talk about it more and just understand that at some point we're all going to die, and make sure that you're living each day, each second to its fullest. Make sure that you're living your full potential, being the best person you can possibly be. Because you just don't know. This young person was he had an asthma. He had asthma. I mean, a lot of people have asthma. I mean, we don't know all the details, but a lot of people have asthma, and he's gone now. This other young woman, she's in her car. She left work and expected that she was going to be at home in a second, and she knew it was a blizzard, but she didn't expect that she was going to be trapped in her car in a blizzard, and now she's not here anymore. That was not something that even entered anyone's mind. And so remember that we just never know. You never know. Live each day that it will be your last. Each second that it's be your last. Walk into your life's purpose. And I'll do a video another time on how to find your purpose in life so that each day can feel just like the best day of your life. All right. And then there is stupidness. You bury your head in the sand and act like death does not exist. You just ignore it as a subject, and that's not the way it's going to happen. That's not the way to truly, fully understand things and understand human existence as a whole. So there you have it. Wisdom, stupidness. Choose wisdom. And remember, show me your brightest. Show me your best. Show me the latest guru. God's wisdom lets theirs look like stupidness. Okay. I've added another section to the show because I figured, if we're here live, why don't we take some time to talk about some popular things that are out there. And I ended up watching this video. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. The whole time it keeps. Okay. And once I figure out the headphone situation, I'll get back to it. But for the time being, the sound won't be as high a quality because I am having to play it through a different system, and I don't know how to hear when it's playing. This is so frustrating. Anybody out there really good at tech? I need your help. I need your help. Anyway, all right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, let's set it up. Kim Kardashian speaks about her comment a few months ago. She told people, let's try it again. Kim Kardashian speaks out about a statement she said a few months ago. At the time, she says, people do not want to work anymore. She did. She said that. Nobody wants to work anymore. Yes. And she spoke out about it. And let's see what she had to say. Let's pull it up here. And we'll press play. Let's see. Let's try to. She had this interview with Angie Martinez. And I don't know if Angie Martinez, she's a pretty popular, especially in the broadcast world. And Kim sat down to talk with her. They talked about several things. They talked about Kanye. They talked about North, her kids, how she manages her children being a mom by herself, how she manages her kids with social media, how she manages her kids being a divorcee and co-parenting with Kanye West. As you know, Kanye West is her ex-husband, and they have 4 children together. What are children named? North, Chicago, Psalm. What is the other one's name? Psalm. I can't remember. What's Kim's other child name? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, let's hear this interview. Well, let's try it again. Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, I didn't understand why everybody was so mad. I actually had my producer Brittany. We were talking about it. She's 20 something. I was like, really, why are people so mad? And so she was like, we were talking about the fact that maybe some people are, they look at you as being privileged.
Totally.
And maybe that has to do with who we. Is that what you received from it? Like, what did you receive from
I received that also. So the context in that was I had just been doing interviews for.
So let's stop for a second. Just because somebody is privileged doesn't mean, it just goes back to what we're saying, what we're talking about messaging. Her being privileged has nothing to do with not being able to say something, or does it? I don't think so. I mean, a wise person, if you're wise, you could take criticism from anyone. You don't have to get yourself all bent out of shape. And I told you before that my best friend can't say certain things that my husband, something just rub you wrong. And I think this is what happened. They felt because Kim, she's privileged. Who is she to tell people that they don't want to work anymore? They need to get to work. Who is she to say that to people? And that's what a lot of people were thinking, because she's got a privileged life. Her father was a famous lawyer. They've always been wealthy, not as wealthy as they are now, but they've always been people of means. And who is she to say that? And people took it personal. But anyway, let's keep hearing what she has to say.
The last few weeks on people to work in my office, and everyone had all of these, well, I only want these hours. I want.
So basically, she's explaining what led up to her making that specific statement. Okay, here we go.
Fridays off. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Oh, I'll only do this. And I was just like, I come from a time when we just grinded, and everyone that I'm super close with that has built our businesses together, we would just kind of do anything, any job, get it all together.
You know, that is true. Nowadays, it's hard to really find, I've heard a lot of people say that. It's hard to really find people that really want to work hard. And I've even seen another post today. It was a social worker. What is her name? A social worker was writing how she felt, oh no, you're not supposed to give a lot to your job anymore because these jobs don't care. It's all about capitalism. Even the young woman whose post who just passed away, the one that died in her car, people were talking about if she didn't have to go to work, she wouldn't have died. Why they had the job open during a blizzard? It's capitalism. And, you know, I have mixed feelings about this. Human beings must work. Don't let anyone tell you that you can just lay back and live a life of leisure while the government pays for everything, pays for your entire existence. That is not fulfilling. God ordained human beings to work. When you work, you have more fulfillment in life. And if you've decided, if you made a commitment that this is the job I'm going to do, when you show up there, you do it well. When you show up there, you do it well. I know there's some organizations that, you know, they're going to suck the life out of you and pay you as little as possible for it. That is part of the flaw in capitalism. But guess what? Going back, you accepted the job. If that job doesn't work for you, find another one. When you have a more compassionate boss, somebody that is more human, more in touch with the humanity and is not going to work you to death. But if you accept that job, you show up and you do your job well. It's not just for the paycheck and it's not just for the paycheck and the boss that you're working. People are watching. When you're at work, you can make contacts. You just never know. I've had people at my work give references for me. When I was working at McDonald's, I used to work hard at McDonald's and I didn't mind because my name was attached to the job that I was doing and I took pride in what I was doing. And I think this is what Kim is referring to here. And that kind of flies in the face of what a lot of people are saying these days now, that whatever, you know, you just show up and do the bare minimum and just get your paycheck and go home. No, that's not where you're going to find fulfillment. If you cannot give your 100% at a job, if you feel that you're just slacking, you need to find a different job, or you need to give yourself a good talking to and pull yourself together, because that's not how it works. Anyway, let's keep hearing this.
Even if it wasn't our job, and we'd ask for something, we just get it done, and we would just, you know, and also coming from like that workaholic mindset. I think I just came off of all those interviews being like, damn, like no one really wants to work. Everyone has all these like, God, I'm blanking on the word, but everyone had all these like provisions of what they wanted in their job.
Right.
And I just never would have come into a job interview like that.
Yeah.
That was different for me, you know, in like this younger generation. But I think people also took it like it was coming out of COVID. A lot of people that really wanted to work didn't have the opportunities to.
And so that's the part that, you know, sometimes you may want to work and you just don't have a job that you can work. And I know that's what she is saying. Some people took her wrong. Some people took it wrong. And, you know, that's one pace to look at it. But I don't know. I still don't have a problem with her. Said people wanted to work but couldn't. After COVID, there were like everybody was hiring because nobody wanted to go to work. They didn't. I mean, the restaurant industry, lots of restaurants had to close because they could not find anybody to come to work, to show up to work and work. There are lots of jobs. So I don't know, Kimmy, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one, on your assessment on people wanted to work but couldn't. People, I don't know what was happening, but let's keep watching.
Work and might not have had the opportunities that I have had. Mm-hmm. And so I saw that and I was really mindful of that like sometimes people do really want to work their ass off and they're not given those opportunities and they're not in the position to do that, even if they really want to. So I saw that, and I'm super, super sensitive to that. And if I say something, like, I just wasn't generalizing it for a bunch of people. It was just my specific experience.
I had a similar one. I just posted recently on Twitter because we were looking to hire somebody like at an entry level to help us with the podcast and stuff. And so I was like, we're old, like back in the day, we had interns. I interned for years for radio, and I was like, where are the interns? And the response I got was nuts. People were like, that's like, we don't do that anymore. No work, the work for free doesn't, like, people were angry. And I was like, I was trying to give somebody an opportunity. I was looking for a paid intern, and not even a paid intern. It was more like an entry level kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of, I mean, even for like different projects that I've done, I remember asking this person, like, you know, Wisdomteethinger, we have little projects here and there. And remember when we hit 1,000 subscribers, we are, and speaking of which, let me just, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, there is something special that I have for you all. I wish I could get this thing to work. I don't know what's going on here. This mouse drives me nuts. I'm serious. This is the most annoying thing ever on the planet. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, guys. It's like not working. Okay, whatever.
Gig. But I was just.
I apologize for that, but let me finish telling my story. So when I was looking to get a person to do a review, a young person to do a review, a simple 2-second review, and they were asking me if I was gonna pay them. Like, but you were gonna do your review, you're gonna get your name out there. I don't know. It's just, I guess it's just a different, everybody just feels, I don't know. It's a different time. It's a different time. There was a time where people would work for opportunity, and it's not, anyway,
looking for young, hungry people who wanted to learn something, and but the times are different, and so that was education for me. I was like, I get it, and actually they're right. People shouldn't, because I'm sure people have been abused in those type of situations, and so I got it. But
That's what I was talking about.
But I come from the same thing. I come from working my ass off, and so I passed out, and so I understood how that happened for you. And I was wondering what you got from it.
It opened my eyes
It did.
to that. Yeah. No, it really did. I just always try to, like, I think also, no matter what phase, no matter what stage I'm at in my life, I'm never too above or never too good to want to learn something new. And to not, I never want to stop evolving. I never.
yeah, I think that was the essence. That was a part that she was speaking about, that, no. Overall, Wisdomteethingers, listen, here's the bottom line. There are going to be jobs that you go into that you don't like. Once again, if you signed up for the job, get it done. Do the work. If you feel that it's not a good fit for you, find another job. But as long as you signed up for it, do it. And do not throw away the opportunity to work with somebody for connections. Even if honestly you feel that, okay, they're using you and they may not be paying you, or that may just be something that you're feeling. They may not be using you. They absolutely value you. They may not be at the position that they could really pay you at the time, but if you stay with them and the company grows and you grow with them, you could end up being in a different position in that company than if you had just kind of popped in when they're big. So it's okay to grow with an organization, and it may mean that you get paid a little less here and there, but if you invest your time in it, hopefully the owner of the organization will help you out. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with working for somebody as an intern and really learning valuable skills. Everything doesn't just boil down to money. there are skills, especially if you're young, you're living in your mom and them house and they're taking care of you. This is the time to really take the opportunity to lend your time. Your time is also a commodity. It's not just money. You can lend your time to an organization and they in turn will give you some skills in networking, skills in doing different computer things, skills in connections that you would never have gotten had you sat there and said, oh, they're not paying me enough. You just don't know. You don't know. And it's important that you take the opportunity and work. Work is important. Get to work. Get to work, guys. I'm not again. I actually am mad at Kim for even apologizing for this statement because a lot of people don't want to work anymore. And she's correct. All right. See you all. That's our show for this week. See you all next week. I'm glad we threw in that last section. I'm going to try to throw in a hot topic section on our show every time. And, you know, I'm going to work out the technical errors because I have the soundboard. I want to start playing some sound in the background for y'all. Let's see what. Ding. No. I want to start playing some sound for y'all, but I want it to come through the computer where the sound is better, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to do it. Like, so what I'm saying is I could change it where the sound is more clear, that you all can hear it. You can hear that more clear than you did the last one. But when I do that, then I can't hear it, and I can't quite figure out where to put my headphones. Anyway, guys, we'll figure that out another time. I'm out. See you all next week. Have an amazing New Year's. Tell me what your plans are. Next year is going to be a great time. Make sure to help us to get to 1,000. We want 1,000 subscribers. Help us to get there. And with that, we are out here. Until next time. See, I can't even hear the song. Let's try that. Wisdomteethinger, lend me your ear. Dr. T Nice and FOUNT is here for today. Want wisdom?
We've got you.
Wellness?
We got you.
Ears?
We've got two.
Bones? It's got 3. Chambers? 4. In your heart, what you and right. If keys, your game's all tight.